Business on Purpose podcast.
It dawned on me the other day that I've lived in the town that we lived in for twice as long as anywhere else I've lived in my entire life. Hey, it's Scott Beebe with the Business on Purpose podcast. It's time to be liberated from the chaos of working in your business and do it in a very personal way sometimes. And I want to talk about the community where you live, that area that you call home, those people that you mingle with, interact with, spend time with, go out to dinner with, maybe go to church with, maybe you pass each other in the hallways of the local school, whatever that looks like, that community, that common unity, as we like to refer to it. Is there a chance that your business, outside of just providing a few jobs and maybe some tax base, is there a chance that the business that you're building could actually have long-lasting effect, long-lasting impact on the community that you live in? Well, many of you know mybusinessonpurpose.com/vision. Many of you know that we put out our vision tutorial and template completely for free, even for heroic small business owners that we don't formally work with. It's our gift to small business owners to help them start to articulate the vision, the destination of where it is that their business is going, because where there is no vision, people scatter. And so you can get that for free, mybusinessonpurpose.com/vision. Well, in the vision, we've got 7 articulated categories in that vision, but I am on the verge of adding an 8th. And it's a pretty big deal because we've sat on those 7 for quite some time now. The 7 categories are the term of your vision. How far out is it? Maybe 3 years, 2 years, 5 years, whatever. Then it's the family freedom section and articulating what you want your family and freedom to look like in that amount of time. The financial section, profit in the front, revenue in the back. The product section, what is it that you offer to this world? The client section, who is it that you want to work with? The personnel section, who is it that you want to work with? Sorry, the section before that I mentioned was client, who do you want to work for? Then your personnel or team section, who do you want to work with to get you there? And then the culture section, what do you want your culture to be? When somebody talks about you and your business in 3 years, what do you want them to say? What are those words, phrases that are going to come out of their mouth? But what if we added a community section? What do you see for your community? What do I see for my community? Well, I'll articulate a couple of the things that I have actually written out in a new community section within our vision that I think might be helpful and insightful for you. One of the things that I've written out is I want to see heroic small business owners coaching other heroic small business owners. I want to see heroic small business owners making a tangible impact on families. I want to see small businesses, and this is one of the bullet points that I'm going to highlight, that are cash heavy and debt free. What in the heck do I mean by that? Cash heavy and debt free. Why do I want to see small businesses that are cash heavy and debt free? I want you to think through this. Now, I realize there's a lot of caveat that goes with this, okay? But I want you to think through this. There will be a market downturn. At the time of this recording, the market's doing really well, but there will be a market downturn. And in that market downturn, there are going to be heroic small businesses that weather the downturn. They're going to be heroic small business owners that don't weather the downturn. Sometimes the underlying health of the business will be the cause. Sometimes it will simply be the product they deliver is just not in demand in a market downturn. But let's go with the former, those businesses that are really struggling with the internals, with the foundation of their business, with those cornerstone foundations of vision, mission, values. Team meetings are not in place, with the cornerstone concrete slab that's not in place of delegation roadmap, 12-week plans, all of those concrete elements that need to be in place, and those may not be in place for a small business. Well, in contrast, there are small business owners that are doing those things, that are laying those foundational footprints, that are laying the concrete slab, that are building the wall trust system of sales, marketing, administration, and operations. If there are a grouping of small businesses in a local community who are cash heavy and debt free, then what happens is they get to a downturn in a market economy. Well, guess what comes on the market and who needs help? Businesses who are cash strapped and debt heavy. All of a sudden you have the potential to buy businesses on the cheap. Now, does that mean you're a vulture taking advantage? Of course not. That's not what that means at all. What it does mean is there are going to be a lot of people who are dependent on those companies for their jobs who will likely, not only those businesses go out of business, but people will begin to lose their jobs. And in really smart and intelligent and forethoughtful situations, businesses that are cash heavy and debt free will have an opportunity to go buy those businesses, thus potentially, not always, but potentially providing jobs under an ideal vision, mission, values, and business structure that will actually serve a local community. Wow. Scott, that may be a little aggressive. I mean, do you really? Not if you lay it out there as a vision for something that you can do. You know what? That's the vision for my community. What's the vision for yours? I want to ask you that question. I think it's an important question to be able to ask. And I want to challenge you to think through. You're not in business just to serve you and your family or your employees. You're in business to impact the community that you're in. What kind of impact are you having? How's your mission living itself out? We'll see you next time, right here on the Business on Purpose podcast.